All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Emily, and welcome to the Prairie Home Stitcher Flosstube channel. Today is November 11th. It is Veterans Day. So on behalf of the entire Blackie family, I would like to thank each and every family and service member of our nation's military and other militaries who are fighting for the freedoms of people all across the world. Thank you so much for your service, for your sacrifice, for your efforts in granting freedom to so many. And there's nothing that we can say or do that could ever equal what you have done for us. So thank you so much. My setup is a little different today. So if you notice that the sound is different, it's because I got a lapel mic. So we'll see how this goes. If it's terrible, I'll just take it back. I also have it in the light, so if you see some reflecting in my glasses, I apologize. I am blind as a bat. So yeah, we're just gonna have to deal unless I get contacts, which probably will never happen. So all right. I will just get right into things. Just at the very start, my son Ben, we call him Benjamin. He had his appointment yesterday? No, Friday. He had his appointment on Friday. He did not gain weight like we were hoping. However, he is still kind of staying on the first percentile curve, so he is doing okay. We're just going to continue to monitor until we know more. If he's not catching up at all by the time he turns 1, then we definitely need to start looking at getting him in to see an endocrinologist and some other specialists to see possibly why he's not gaining weight. Because we have started him on solids, so in all theory he should be gaining weight, but he really is not. So let's just hope and pray that he is okay. I do not want my little boy to have to go through the medical stuff. So, but I also want him to be healthy and safe. So whatever God needs to happen, it'll happen, and I will do it with no fear. So there's that. I have not heard anything back about my book yet. So if you haven't heard that I have written a children's picture book, I have written a children's picture book, and I have not heard anything back yet. I have sent it out to about 10 agents. I have heard and listened to your feedback about recording it on a separate video. I will probably do that. I am thinking about how I want to do that. I can draw pretty well. I'm kind of wondering if I should do some illustrations or not. I'm not really sure, because then that's also taking up some time, so I don't know. I need to really just pray and think about how I want to approach this. I am also currently writing a kids chapter book. So if you guys can just keep me in your prayers, this is something that I really want, that I would love to see happen in my life, is to be an author. I would love to see this happen. And I am not a person to really push for something that I want. I am kind of one of those somewhat of a doormat in a way of I will let other people shine and I will be the support in the background. I've always been too scared to try to step out, even though I know I could. And I am actually trying this time. I'm 35 years old and I am trying now. And my kids have given me the courage, my husband, I've got support from you guys. So I would love to see this happen. So there's that. We are full on into the holidays. Not ready at all for the holidays, but here we are. So yeah, we did do some Halloween stuff, kind of. We did. So, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but I did not let my kids go trick-or-treating. Not that I am against going trick-or-treating, it's just that behavior was not okay that week leading up to Halloween. I think it was the transition of going from homeschool to Christian school, and getting used to the format, and they're tired. That's really it. They're tired. They're really tired. And when kids are really tired, they don't have a lot of self-control. So, however, they still need to be disciplined. They still need to understand that there are expectations. And so, warning after warning, timeout, all the things we did, and yet they still, right there at the end, both of them kind of pushed it over. And my husband was like, we're not going to go. Because if you can't listen and obey at home, I can't trust you to listen and obey when we are out and there's cars and there's other people and you're not following directions and you're not being respectful. So they didn't go. We did, however, do some fun stuff at the house. So during COVID back in Canada, we had this idea. A friend of mine from high school actually mentioned it, where you take little Halloween candy and you wrap it up in aluminum foil and you hide it in the grass or out wherever at night, and you give the kids flashlights, and so they have to go out there with the flashlights and look for reflection in the grass or in the wherever we had it. So it's kind of like Halloween Easter egg hunt, but in the dark. And so we did that. I also did a scavenger hunt for the kids in the dark and made it kind of spooky because we have like 5 acres out here, so they got to go all over the place. So they had to follow the clues, led them to kind of some goodie baskets that were hiding. They did not know that their grandma and their aunt had come to scare the living daylights out of them. So my mom and my sister were hiding and being as creepy as possible while they were near the end of the scavenger hunt, and they came out with silly string and like kids screamed, weren't expecting it, and then once they realized who it was, we were all excited, came inside, had some snack, like a snacky dinner, and watched a movie, and that was our Halloween. And the kids actually said that they liked that better than going trick-or-treating. So I'm all for, doing kind of a fun, scary scavenger hunt every year instead of trick-or-treating, because then I don't have to go. I do not like trick-or-treating. I don't like it. Ugh, it's exhausting. They still dressed up. My daughter was a fairy and my son was a ninja, so they still got to dress up. They still got to have fun. Maybe next year we'll invite some friends over. We'll do, some of their cousins and stuff like that. We shall see. But it was all in all a good time. So I don't think there's anything else that has really happened in the last 2 weeks that I can think of. So I will get into stitching. I have a lot to show. So, because it's holidays. So let's get to it. My eyes look really red, guys. It's my allergies. It is. We're doing that switch. Yeah, no, I don't do well with that. And my oldest son, Sam, he's got my allergy issues too. So poor guy. We're both suffering. Comment if you are suffering with the season change. Sorry, I keep looking over here because I switched my camera. Okay. All right. Yes. So first off, as always, is my big toe designs. Just sorry, I did do a little pause just because I am testing the sound out. I did not want to get I'm doing it again. I didn't want to get half an hour into this and then realize that the sound is really bad. So seems okay. Seems it's different, but it's okay. All right, getting on into this. We are going to do my big toe designs, the names of Jesus. And here is my progress. Oh, I'm so happy. I love this one so much. So I got Lord of Lore. Did not get this. Lord of Lords in here. I got the little designs here. I think last time I was at the L. I think I'd just gotten there. So not a ton on this, but I did give it some attention. And like I keep saying, it doesn't look like a lot of stitches, but man, is it a lot of stitches. It really is. I am stitching this on 40 count latte by Fiber on a Whim. And I am using Weeks Dye Works Havana and Old Country Redwood by the Gentle Arts. That is what I'm stitching on. So here is the whole thing here. So I have come down here, and so my plan, because I guess I'm just a mental typewriter, I don't know. I'm gonna have to go, although it'll probably be this and then coming back here, because I could, tell me, are you somebody like me? I could not stitch words backwards. I would lose my mind. No, we have to do it like we're reading. So gonna finish this. My goal that I'm gonna try to set, and I'm gonna be realistic this time, guys. I'm gonna be realistic. Okay. Finish Lords and do that. Do this little motif right here, this guy. Do these little berries. I will be realistic. I will do finish Lord of Lords, and then try to hit this thing, and then, we'll see if I can tackle. Most likely I'll do this and probably do some of this border, because if I don't do, I mean, look at that border, guys. It's a lot. I really have to make sure that I am at least touching it every so often, or I'm going to be finished with all of the fun stuff and just stagnate on that border. So the goal is finish Lords and then come here, and we're going to do this. Okay, so there's that. You're done. All right, so my next one that I was working on was A Token of Love by Blackbird Designs, and it's out of the book When the Leaves Fall. And this is the chart pick. Oh, my goodness. This is the finished thing. Wow. Wow. Here is my progress. So last time I had just started on the cute little bird, just hitting that. I came in, I finished the bird, I did some of this border, I added another pine cone little thing here, and I did some of the pine cone here, and I did some of the orange border, which I was still working on. So not a ton on this, but that bird was a lot of stitches, and I did get it done. Did I get the eyeball done? Okay, I got everything but his eyeball. Sorry. He's blind. It'll be fine. He's got a friend. He'll help. So that's my progress. This is stitched on 40 count old lace by Seraphim Fabrics. My absolute favorite fabric I have stitched on as of yet. So that is my progress. It's looking real nice. So I do like stitching on it. And this was I'm using all of the called for flosses. And this was a gift from my friend from Liberty Hills Needle Workshop in Virginia. She sent this to me as a gift, and I think of her every time I stitch it. So her and her mom and her friends. So the next one is also a gift from my lovely friend at Liberty Hill, which, by the way, I have been talking to my husband and my mom, and I have already set on my bucket list of things to do in this life that I want to go on a road trip, and I want to go to Liberty Hill Needle Workshop, and I want to see everybody. So that is like, I have no idea how that will ever happen, but wouldn't that be interesting if I got my book published and I had to take a trip out there anyway? Wouldn't that be cool? Now I said it, so now you guys can hold me to it if that ever happens. You can be like, So, yes. So here is my next one that I was working on. I did not get a ton on this one done because when I went to go pick it up, the baby decided that he was going to be a problem. He has been very difficult these last 2 weeks. So it is Sweetwing Studios Bless and Keep. Here is the chart. So yeah, last I showed you, I had done, here's my progress. I had done the Lord Bless. I got all the way down to, I believe, I don't remember if I had the things on the inside here yet, but I basically got keep done. Yay! Progress is progress, right? That's all that matters. So I got that. I did tackle that a little bit. I think I went in. No, I didn't. I was going to. That was my next thing after doing keep. There's some hearts. Here, I'll show you. There's some hearts in here. As you can see, like I got that. There's like some hearts strewn about. So I was going to go in and do that light pink inside of these things and come tackle some of these hearts, and I never did it. So that will be this next week's. I would like to see this finished, honestly, because what I'm going to get to, excuse me, I'm so sorry, is what I'm going to be getting to in these next couple months. I really would like to get this one finished, and I think that's doable. I will not hold myself to anything. Not with the holidays. I would like to see this finished. Would love to see this one done. So, yep, that is my progress. I'm stitching this for my daughter. It's stitched on 35 count straw by Weeks Dye Works, and it is stitched on the called for flosses. So it's DMC except for 3 of them, which is Classic Colorworks Cherry Tomato, Weeks Dye Works Amethyst, and Weeks Dye Works Scuppernog. I don't know what a scuppernog is or what that is from, so you'll have to comment below and tell me what on earth that means, because I love that word. It's an amazing word. All right, so that is Sweetwing Studios. Thank you to the people at Weeks Dye Works for commenting on my Instagram post. I was so excited to see that. I do have an Instagram. It is the Prarie Home Stitcher on Instagram. I do post quite often. So yeah, follow me on that. And we'll go on to the next one. So the last one that isn't a new something is my chicken. I did some progress on her. I will put her up, I don't know, on one of the sides of my head. I will put the picture up. So here she is. Oh my, I do declare. I got a decent amount done on her. So I finished her hat. I came in and I did all of this on her face, which was a challenge. Ugh, that was such a challenge to get all of that to count. The counting, sorry, anybody who's stitching her, sorry about the face, that was kind of hard. So I did realize in her face that her beak, the yellow I chose, is very close to the tan. And I should have done a brighter yellow, but I was trying to do muted colors whenever I designed her. So I went ahead and I used the same color as the outline of her feathers to outline her beak. And I think that definitely helped because I did not want to rip anything out. So yeah, I think that did help. So if you do stitch her and you don't want to switch out yellows, just I backstitched around it. Otherwise, switch it out to a brighter yellow. I'm so sorry. I don't test knit, or not test knit, I'm like, good Lord. I don't test stitch the things that I come up with because I do not have the time to do so. And honestly, they're free, so I'm not really holding myself to any kind of really meticulous standard. I'm just kind of got the idea and I'm getting it out of the brain and getting it out there. So, if there's ever problems, just tell me and I will go correct it because I do want these to be out there on the internet for people to enjoy. And I do want them to be at least decent quality and a good stitch for people. And so far, she's been really fun. So I got her hat done, which is super cute. Can I have this hat? I've been told I can't wear hats. I've been told I look weird in hats. I've been told worse things than that, but that's... Oh. Yeah, and I got some of her blouse. But yeah, she's looking really good. I'm getting pretty far, so you can see her already taking shape, and she's going to be adorable sitting up on my shelf as a reminder. So yeah, I think it'd be nice to just get her wing filled in. That will be a pretty easy, relaxing, just sitting down not really having to think about anything because it's already outlined. So it should be easy to just go in and fill that in. So yeah, that's Oh My I Do Declare. I stitched her on, she's stitched on 32 count Wren by Picture This Plus using the DMC that I picked, which I am regretting the beak. So just pick a brighter yellow. That is a free pattern that is available on my Facebook group, the Prarie Home Stitcher Facebook group. Now, about that, guys, you're not really in trouble, but so part of the group rules is that we post relevant things on the group. Somebody had posted some weird old video of somebody fishing. I don't know. It was not relevant. I deleted it. I need to be a little better at checking the group for whatever reason, and I haven't figured out how to do it. I'm not getting like notifications when somebody posts in the group, and I really wish I would. So I don't know. I need to figure out how I can do that. Please do not post irrelevant things. If you do it once, I'm going to delete it, and that will be a warning. If you do it twice, I'm going to kick you out because it is not a group to share anything other than just cross stitch stuff. Or, honestly, like if you have a major prayer request or some big thing that's happening, just message me. Go ahead and just send me a message. Send the admin, that would be me, a message, and I can do something about that. We shall see. But yeah, don't post irrelevant things, because if that happens often enough, I'm going to have to shut off the freedom of just posting that people can have, and I'll have to go through and like pre-check everything, and I don't really want to have to do that. I like the idea of just letting it be just kind of a free hangout for everyone, but it's all about cross stitch. Post stuff about cross stitch. It doesn't have to be my patterns. Anything you're working on, that is totally fine. We can have cross stitch conversations. We can, have fun banter back and forth. Like I said, if you've got needs or prayer requests or something's happening, message me and all of that. But no weird no weird 3 a.m. weirdness. My life's weird enough. So, okay, now that that is out of the way, I am not angry. I'm just letting you know that that's kind of where I am at. That one is a warning because we all make mistakes, and that's fine. I can give grace for one. Twice, and then no, not twice. So you will get the boot. And if it's like ridiculous and offensive, yeah, you're gone. Don't be rude. Nobody has been, and I doubt anyone will. But and the other thing, and nobody's done it yet, but I'm gonna put it out there. No politics. No politics. None. I have politic burnout from everything, and I am exhausted, as I think a lot of us are. We're just tired of it. It's cross stitch. So cross stitch only, please. Thank you. We all need just a mental break, and that is what cross stitch is. All right. So I have a new start, and I had mentioned that I was going to try to start it last video, and I did. So I started the Religious Christmas Trio by Primrose Cottage Stitches. I started the Come Let Us Adore Him, and I got really far. Man, this was fast. This is a quick stitch. It really, really is. So this is a piece of 28 count Charles Craft linen that I coffee dyed and tried to shrink, which I got it shrunk down to 30 count. So it's on a piece of 30 count coffee dyed linen, but the base was a 28 count Charles Craft. So this is my progress. I am very happy. I think it looks really nice. It looks really cute. I did change out colors, and I did not write down what I changed them out to. So the original pattern calls for 520 and 522. I changed I think I left the yellow. I left the red. I know I left the red. I will have, yeah. I will try to put down on the video what I swapped the greens out for. I think I swapped the yellow. I'm not sure. I may not have. Actually, I don't think I did. I think I left the yellow. So yeah, I left the yellow, I left the red, but I changed the greens. Oh, it was 3052 and 3054. That's what it was. So they're similar. They're just a little more yellowy green because the 520 and 522 are very blue green, and I don't really like the bluey greens very much at all. So yeah, I went ahead and swapped them out because they also match this other Christmas one that I'm going to show you. That's exactly why I did it. Yep, I swapped them out so that it would match this other project that I'll pull up. But yes, this is my new start for this week. I will definitely have this finished by next time. Fully finished, I don't know, but finished stitching for sure. And I think I will maybe frame it. I really like how this looks right here. I like this whole setup here. I don't know where to find like a little nativity house, but I do like the frame and I like the little pillow. So I will probably at least do that, figure out what I'm going to do there. So yeah, good progress, good progress. And yeah, the others will be stitched on. I have a really big piece of this, so it'll all be stitched on the same stuff. And it's stitching really nice, considering that I shrunk it and coffee dyed it. So that is my only new start for this week. The next segment of this broadcast. So, like I said before, we are getting into the holidays. Yes, we are getting into the holidays. I get real holiday crazy. Like a lot of us, I think, do. I get really, really, really bad. So I get Christmas obsessed, especially with stitching. Last Christmas, I'll show some of my finished ones. I think I got a couple that I finished last year. Yeah. I got real obsessed with stitching a very particular Prairie schooler one. And it was like all I did for days was to stitch. It was the, why can't I think? 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. There's a 'Twas the Night Before Christmas one. I'll show it next time. Maybe I'll get it fully finished. Yeah, right. No. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, so I got really obsessed with Christmas. So that's probably going to happen again. It just does. I get super giddy and I want all the Christmas things right now, immediately. So last year I started one that I never finished because I finished the 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I finished like an ornament. I'll have to dig that one out. I finished an ornament and I finished something else. And I started another Christmas sampler. So this is the Prairie Schooler Christmas sampler number 2. I'll put a picture of it up here. And I'm doing the one that says Christmas greetings. So here is my progress. It's so pretty. So the red is a red that I attempted to over dye and I did not do a very good job. You can kind of see the shifting in there. This was like my first try at dyeing thread and it wasn't that great, but I'm still going to use it because waste not, want not. So yeah, I am using I believe it's the called for other than the red that I dyed. So you can see why I switched the greens, because these are the same green. I know it doesn't look like it, but it is. The same light green, the same dark green, the same light green, the same dark green. Because I want them to match so that whenever I go to display them, I can display them all together and they will look very cohesive. So last year I got this top holly done and I got CHR done. So here it is. It is stitched on 32 count Lugana that I dyed with Rip Dye. Yeah, and it was super fun to do. I really enjoyed doing this. It's just that pretty much when Christmas is over, I'm over it. Like, I will not touch Christmas at all. I don't know. I stitch obsessively for about a month or so, and then December 25th hits. It's like, yeah, done. So this will be this year's. I'll work some more on this for this coming Christmas, and I'm in the mood. Once I finish a couple, I'm gonna have to touch on that for a little bit. So with all of that, I'm gonna have to probably set something aside. I may end up saving or putting a token of love off to the side since it's kind of fall. I'm a little over it. Not over the pattern, but over fall. So that might be the one that might have to go into hiatus until after Christmas. So, all right, my next, oh no. Uh-oh. What did I do? Oh, that's right. Okay, so yes, my next Christmassy one. There we go. That I have is I started this a couple years ago, and I have been not stitching on it ever since I was in the hospital. I have not touched it. I have not stitched on it whatsoever. So it is the Country Cottage Needleworks Nutcracker Village. So let me get this. There's the first two. Here, I'll just show you the first two that I have worked on. So here's two of them. So you probably saw this around everywhere several years ago. I have been slowly trying to get all of the houses, which I still don't have them all. I keep forgetting to add a couple to my cart so that I can finish them out. I have up through, I don't know what numbers. They don't have the numbers on them. I have the center one that I finished. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have the first top row. That's all I have? Really, that's it? It is it. Uh-oh. Yep, that is all I have. I need to get the rest of them. All right, here is my progress. Sorry. Here we are. So this is where I stopped. I don't even think I touched this last year around Christmas time. The last time I recall working on this was when I was in the hospital really sick. And the reason I stopped working on it was because when I was in the hospital, don't stitch when you're really sick. This has B5200 as the white. I did everything correctly. When I was sick, I was working on this house. I used regular white or blanc, not B5200. And I had done a whole bunch of the snowflakes that are all over here. And I messed up royally. I don't think I'm going to, or did I do both houses in white? I don't even know. Yeah, I think I got to the point where I tore out the snowflakes because it was kind of more obvious with them for whatever reason. And I think I'm just going to leave everything as it is and just go back to the B5200. So, yeah, I got mad at it. I got really, really ticked off, and I just stuffed it in a bag and ignored it for a couple of years. But I really would like to get it out and get working on this. This is for my daughter, Evelyn. Her favorite Christmas thing ever is the Nutcracker. And last year, I got to have the privilege to take my daughter to go see the Nutcracker ballet at the Kaufman. Is it the Kaufman Center in Kansas City? I might put like a picture or two up here of how it was amazing. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. So the KC Ballet has a special like arts thing for students, and It's really hard to get in, but you can register your like homeschool or Christian school or whatever to get in on a rehearsal performance that they do special for the kids. And it's like $10 a ticket, but it's really hard to get in. And we got in last year and I got to take my daughter and oh, I was so excited. I went with my daughter. There were some people from our, the homeschool kids from the church we were at, and then my aunt, my cousin, and then a little girl that they babysit. We all went. It was amazing. Oh, it was so magical. So my daughter has always loved the Nutcracker story ever since she was a little girl, and I read it to her every Christmas. So when they came out with this, I was excited, beyond excited to do this for her. And this will be like one of those heirloom, have it forever things. And I will get this like professionally framed whenever it's all done. So I am stitching this on 32 count raw blacks or whatever. It's raw, I think. Zweigart. The called for is that like sparkly, what is it? It's stitched on raw silver linen, which is that it's this, but it has like the sparkly stuff in it. I did not want to do the sparkly stuff, just didn't really want to. So I just did the regular raw, and it's on 32 count. And I'm doing all of the called for flosses. So like this was a huge, big deal for me whenever I bought this to get all of the, goodness, it's a mess. I have not taken this out in a couple of years. It is a, yeah, there's the B5200. Go. Oh, as you can see, I have not even touched this in years. It's almost dusty. A little bit. That's how long it's been in storage. But this needs to get done. Bad. So I got all of the floss for it. It's super colorful and fun. So there's, yeah, it's all, I believe all of it is Classic Colorworks, except for some DMC. So, yep, that is one of my other Christmas goals is to at least get one of the houses done this year. It'd be nice if I could get more. I will probably work on this throughout the winter because this isn't like super just Christmas. It's very, just winter. So I'm going to be focusing really hard on this project. So like I said, I'm probably going to have to put a couple things aside on what I'm working on. I'd really like to get the chicken done. And the bless and keep, I don't think will take me very long to just get that knocked out of the way. I mean, even the chicken may just have to go on hold because I really want to get a good amount finished on this one because it's super special and it's really cute. And I'm in the mood for winter. So there's that. I thought I would pull out a couple of my other wintry things that I have that I don't know if I'll get to or not, but we will see. Yes, so this was a gift from that Happy Meal I got from Liberty Hill from the ladies out there. This is the Christmas Ornaments by Under the Garden Moon. I am definitely going to do at least a couple of these. They gave me all of the stuff I need for it, so it's just 32 count Zweigart cream. But I am going to pick a couple of these out and probably stitch. I really like the cardinal, so I mean, it may be one, it may be two, I don't know, but I'm definitely going to pick one of these, at least one, and do these. If I find that I'm getting them done quickly, I may do a couple and I can give them out with some presents for Christmas because I believe that is the intention. So I will see. The Santa's really cute too. I will see where I am with that. The other Christmas one that I have is the Prairie Schooler Christmas Eve. I don't know. Isn't it just that Christmas is like just Prairie Schooler, everybody just gets the itch for like the Prairie Schooler Santas and everything. Oh, I do. I don't know what it is. They do such amazing Christmas stuff. So I have this project. I have the linen. I believe I have all of the DMC in my stash. So I would like, I know this will not get done. There's just no way because all that snow, look at all that snow. There is no way. But, oh, and the little ornaments, aren't they cute? Sorry, there's a train. So definitely going to be attempting this, at least start. It'd be nice to have that started, and I can be kind of picking at it over the next few Christmases. Unless what happens is that I get super obsessed like I did with the last one, and I end up stitching on it. But it's really cute. So this will be this year's Christmas start. I don't know if I'll get to it this week, but it's definitely going to get tackled over Christmas. So my last thing to show you, the very last thing, because I need to hurry up because it's getting darker sooner and I'm sure the baby's upset. So the last thing that I was going to show you was a project that I had received back in Canada. I had this elderly lady that had a whole bunch of cross-stitch stuff listed on Kijiji, kind of like the Craigslist of Canada. And I went over to her house, and her husband had passed away, and she was basically just getting rid of everything in her home. And she had a whole bunch of cross-stitch stuff. So I was going through her things, and I was listening, and she was chatting away, and I spent a couple hours there just a lot of listening to her life, I think. I hope that blessed her and that was helpful. I know when people grieve, just being an ear to listen and, engaging with somebody can be a lot of help. And so I just sat there and I just listened to her talk about her husband and about cross stitching and all the projects she did. And one of the projects that she had in her big old pile that I absolutely loved was this lavender and lace gift of peace, which I'm sure you all have seen this around. This is a pretty old pattern, but I absolutely love this like Father Christmas Santa, and he's holding that I think it's a bird. We'll say it's a bird. He's holding. I absolutely adore this. And I had all of the DMC picked out for it years ago, and I just never started it. I made these like little floss cards. And I had all of these picked out. I had it ready to go, and I don't know what happened. Sam happened. That's what happened. Baby. I had a baby, and then it got put in storage and forgotten until, we moved and stuff, and I dug it out. And you know what? I really feel like I really need to do something. I can't decide if I should try to start it or not. Because what's funny is that the fabric, you remember the story of the fabric that was cut really bad for Away We Ride that I started and I'm not going to stitch anymore on because it's Christmas. So the messed up fabric that we were all very upset about, that I was very upset about, that was cut crooked. Look at that. I think that will work. I think this will work. It's 32 count. That calls for 32 count. And I was standing there today, kind of staring at it, and I think that looks good. Don't you think that looks good? I don't think any of the colors blend. The only one might be this one. It might be a little. I'll have to look at it. No, that's just like a highlight color. That's fine. So I think that would work. Don't you? I think this will work. Again, still don't know what fabric it is, but I think it's a Weeks Dye Work something. I have no idea what this is. So, but I think it's perfectly big to get like a good 3 inches all around. So I think this is meant for Santa, for the gift of peace. So I don't know what am I gonna do? I don't know how all of these stitchers can like how do you guys do the massive starts? Like I see people on Instagram and on Flosstube talk about like they're just start and start and start and start and like I'm not like it's not a bad thing or anything. I don't know I don't know if it's just my brain to keep track of all of that. I would end up losing something or forgetting about something, and that just could be my ADHD brain, but I would absolutely lose track. I think I can really handle about four or something because I end up kind of getting obsessed with, one or two at a time and then just pounding them out and getting them done. So I have no clue if this one will be on the docket or not. It's hard. It's kind of hard because I kind of feel like I should do that one, or maybe I should do, like, should I just not do this one and do the other one? I don't know. I'll think about it. Well, that is all I have. Sorry, that's Junie. I think she has to go potty. Yep, that's all I got for today. Do not bark, madam. No, don't. So that's all I have for today. I will go ahead and read my card. I hope she doesn't bark. She's looking at something out the window. I don't know what's going on. All right, so today's card is called Thy Will Be Done. And it is Matthew 26:39. Oh, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass away from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. The highest and holiest that the Holy Spirit can work in us is to take us up and to keep us in the fellowship of the cross of Christ. It is from Christ alone that we can learn what it means to have fellowship with his sufferings and to be made comfortable or conformable under his death. Thy will be done. Let this be the deepest and highest word in your life, in the power of Christ, with whom you have been crucified, and in the power of his Spirit. The daily surrender to the ever blessed will of God will become the joy and the strength of your life. Excuse me. Do you mind? Come here. All right, this is Junie. She's a good girl. She just wanted to be a part of the devotion today, didn't you, honey? What's my baby? All right, well, I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Sorry for the Junie interruption here. Let me see. Here's my baby. There's my girl. I will see you all next time.